Parents, when did your child's partner win you over? I wasn't thrilled when my son started dating Jordan. Not because she was rude or disrespectful. Honestly, she was perfectly polite, but because she just didn't seem like the right fit. She was loud, quick with sarcasm, had a nose ring, and wore combat boots to every family gathering, even Christmas. She wasn't what I pictured when I thought of the kind of girl my son would end up with. He was quiet, introverted, and had always been more of a books and headphones type of kid. She, on the other hand, walked into a room like she owned it. The first time he brought her home, I smiled and nodded through introductions, but I made no effort beyond that. I figured it was just a phase. I kept conversations short, didn't ask questions, and silently waited for her to do something wrong. But she never did. She laughed at my jokes, helped clean up after dinner without being asked, and always complimented my wife's cooking. Still, I kept my distance. Then came the night of the big storm. The power went out in our neighborhood, and we lit a few candles and sat in the living room waiting for it to pass. My son and wife went upstairs to grab more flashlights, leaving me and Jordan downstairs. It was quiet, and I picked up my book, hoping she'd just sit quietly too. But she didn't. Instead, she said, "Hey, do you remember what it was like during storms as a kid?" I didn't respond right away, but eventually I told her about how my brothers and I used to camp out in the basement with flashlights and pretend we were hiding from zombies. She laughed and told me how her dad used to tell ghost stories during blackouts, and how her favorite was the one about a haunted vacuum cleaner. That made me laugh harder than I expected. We started talking, and before I knew it, I was telling her about my ridiculous high school band, and how we thought we were going to be famous even though we only played 2 shows, and one of them was at a retirement home. She told me about how she used to sneak out to poetry slams, not to perform, but just to sit in the back and listen. We talked until my son came back downstairs, and looked genuinely shocked to see us laughing together. From that point on, I started to see her differently. She wasn't just loud and sarcastic. She was thoughtful, creative, and genuinely cared about my son. She didn't just match his personality, she balanced it. Now, every time she comes over, she brings a new tea for us to try, because I once mentioned I was getting bored with the same old kind. Last Christmas, she gave me a t-shirt with my high school band name printed on it, which she found from digging through old Facebook photos. I wear it more often than I should. Jordan went from being the girl I thought would never fit into our family to the one who shows up early to help set the table and stays late to wash dishes. I didn't expect to like her, but she earned her place and then some.